as you would have them do unto you, only maybe a little bit more. So that you see people helping in so many different situations in this film. That's one of the things that's amazing about it. The people are really going out of their way to help people in need. And I really resist that in my character because I'm stuck up in my grief of losing that daughter, and I have not processed that grief. They call it the 5 stages of grief, and nobody's grief is the same as someone else's. We all have different ways of going through it.
Right. So playing opposite of Lee Majors, I mean, like, you know, did you have like a lot of, was there a lot of intensity between the two because he believes and you don't?
Well, Lee Majors is a consummate professional. He knows as much about directing as any director. Well, not every director I've known, but and we had a kind of way of talking about the scenes that we didn't talk a lot about them. We just figured, where are we together? And it didn't take a lot of talk. And with him, it was a very wonderful experience working with him. And I've known him for a great long while.
Did you meet him on a job or working?
I met him when he was doing Bionic Man or something like that.
Oh, wow.
Bionic Man?
$6 million man.
$6 Million Man. And I was doing Moonlighting, and we were on the same lot. He remembers that he came to my dressing room, but I remember I went to his dressing room.
Oh, really? Tell us more.
Tell us more. Well, it was just, it was really fun to talk to him at that time, and I think he told me that, you know, 1 year of series television ages a woman 10.
Wow. Is that true?
I hope not.
No, not at all. You look beautiful.
No, I mean, you just keep working, and Jason Robards, I did get a chance to work with him, and he said to me, Cybill, you know, acting is in the eyes, not in the face. And so I've had a few amazing opportunities in this career. I'm not saying that what we did together was very good. I think it was a remake of some, I don't know what. I don't remember. But yeah, I had that scene with Jason, just a short one.
You're originally from Memphis? So how did you actually get started in the business?
Well, they started taking pictures of me, like local photographer. There was one particular one.
Okay.
And he would photograph me for editorial pictures, like jumping through the forest with, I don't know, Halloween things, you know. And then, so they came, the modeling agency was traveling around, and they came to Memphis, and they asked that photographer, and I think he gave them like eight or nine names of people, you know, beautiful young women. And then I went to New York. And I was very fortunate.
My last big question for me personally, because I was telling him earlier that my mother, she's a little older. She the only movie I went to film school at Loyola Marymount, and I got a master's in film and television production. But the only movie I ever said I would ever want to remake is The Last Picture Show. Period.
Oh,
point
wow.
blank. That's the only
Can't
movie.
do it.
Yeah, probably
It's
not.
Possible.
Probably, but.
It's too good a movie.
But I think that film alone, in today's time, would definitely have as powerful an impact it remade today as it did when it was made back then. Just what is your take
Where are
on
you
that?
going to find Ben Johnson?
Well,
Lawrence Lynchman, Ellen Burstyn, Eileen Brennan. I mean, it was a very special thing. I did get to work on, one of my favorite films that I've done is Chances Are. And it was directed by Emile Ardolino, and that was one of my most wonderful experiences with the director. And then I called him, and I didn't get a call back, and turned out he died of AIDS. So he was that generation where you just died. You know, there wasn't really, they hadn't figured out how to keep people alive.
Wow.
What have you been up to? I know you said that you were on Broadway, and I think the last time I personally talked to you was when your video came out, Civil Disobedience.
Oh, the video? It's a book.
Well, no, I remember it was
If I'd done a video with that book, I'd probably...
we did it here in this hotel.
Oh, we did?
Yeah.
Glad you remember.
Yeah. Well, we do most everything here. But I had like three of them. You signed them for me.
Oh, that's
I don't know
so
why I
cool.
got 3, but I covered them.
Well, I think it's pretty hard to get.
Yeah. Oh, well,
Probably,
good.
yeah.
What have you been up to?
Grandmother. And
Life?
oh, so exciting. Oh, it's the most thrilling thing in the world to have a grandchild. It's just everything people say. You get to play, chase it around, wears you out, then it goes home.
Right, chase it around.
His name is Elijah.
Oh, wow.
And I love Old Testament names. That's,
How old is he?
He's going to be 1, March 24th.
Oh,
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, you have a way. I have a 9-year-old
Oh, you do?
grandson, and I love it.
Oh, it's just the greatest thing in the world.
So do you install spirituality, or how do you feel about spirituality when it comes to your grandkids and your kids in general from yourself?
Well, I think that as long as you study something, it doesn't really matter what the religion is. My children were bat mitzvah and bar mitzvah because their dad is Jewish, and I didn't mind that at all because I felt like anytime you study some kind of religion
Right.
and learn about that, you're opening up that part of your soul, and then as you get older, you make your own mind up as
That's
to what.
true. Now the cross. Now this movie is so big about the cross, and everybody has their own interpretation of the cross. Are we still at the cross, or should we be past that point? From doing this movie, prior to doing it, what is your thought process now of the cross, in your opinion?
Well, what's interesting about this is I didn't get one of those little crosses, and I was so irritated at myself. But they gave me one today.
Oh wow!
Oh, because they were all up in that church and we're all looking at them. And my problem was I was so happy to be in church with all these wonderful people that I was like happy when my character's not supposed to be so happy. So calm down. I had to tell the people, oh, I love being here, and I'm being mean. I'm really not enjoying being in church.
But I'm feeling the spirit.
I am.
So this is a faith-based movie. When the cameras weren't rolling, and this is gonna sound so weird, but somebody asked me this, and I was like, I don't know. Were you guys were people praying during like when the scene was over, or did they have
Well, it
like
was
a
a-
prayer meeting before they shot or whatever?
Because it was very dangerous what we were doing. Out on that bridge in the freezing rain and dealing with that car on a big thing. I'd never been in one. I didn't know what a gimbal was. Thank God for Lee Majors because he's been in a bunch of them. He was very calm.
Hoping those bionic limbs would still work.
Yeah, really.
So
I
what
have
is
a-
the? Oh, go ahead. Alan.
I was gonna say I'm totally going off the subject, but
Oh, yeah.
I just recently saw your SVU episode.
Oh, you did?
It was just I watch that show all the time. And that one was on last week or something.
That was really amazing.
It looked like you had fun with that.
Well, I did have fun. It's quite a grisly story to think of myself playing like a Paula Deen type person. But it was real. That show's done so well. You come on that set, it's like better than almost any movie set. It's so professional, and I got to see the little girls waiting outside of. Help me out.
Mariska Hargitay.
Yes, waiting outside for Mariska Hargitay. I do know her name. And they were all ages. And I had the opportunity to say to her, you're doing something really important here. Because you're playing a character that doesn't play on her looks, so she's gorgeous, and is a very strong woman, and what a great influence. And